Hey Eurovision fans, it's Tom coming to you from Dublin and I'm back for another Eurovision reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to the top 10 of Sanremo. That's Italy's, not national final, it's Italy's song contest where the song for Italy for Eurovision will be chosen. So let's kiki. As always, you can use the progress bar if you want to skip to one of the particular 10 reactions. So I'm going to react to the top 9 songs in the updated general ranking. I don't know what that is. I've tried to work it out from what happened on the first and second night and I can't seem to see what the formula is. In any case, I'm going to go by that. I'm going to take the top 9 songs and then I'm going to pick one wild card, which is, for me, Paola and Chiara, because I remember that song from when I was a teenager and I want to listen to it. I have to also at this point give a shout out to I Cugini di Campagnana. I actually watched that song yesterday. I really enjoyed it, but the song is called Lettera 22 and they ended up coming 22nd, which I think is some beautiful irony. But yeah, because they're so low ranked, I'm not going to cover them, but I wanted to give them a shout out because I loved their sparkly costumes and I thought the song was kind of fun. Okay, quick disclaimers. I am not a Sanremo expert. I don't think I am. I'm looking at this very much from a foreigner with Eurovision in mind. And secondly, I'm expecting to have some copyright issues with this. These are big artists with extremely big record companies behind them. So if there's visual problems, I'll put a little thing to cover the video. If there's audio problems, I'm gonna have to chop the song up into little pieces because that's the only way I can get the video to not be taken down. There is nothing I can do about it. Do not complain about it to me. These are gigantic record companies and I'm a teeny tiny person and they squash me. There's nothing I can do about it. I am an absolute flea compared to them. It's annoying, but this is a recent thing in the last couple of years where companies are just super aggressive. Let's start with Tananai. I know Tananai because one of the Eurovision people I follow on Twitter, they're obsessed with him. So I literally get all my updates about Tananai from that person. Tananai, wanna know my secret bang? Okay, so it's to Olga, Liza, Maxime. Okay. I wonder if those are Ukrainian names or... Looks like we're getting a home movie. I don't think that's... No. Tananai's floppy hair, so that's not him. Okay, music-wise, it's nice. It's a pleasant opening. I do suffer a lot from the fact that I don't understand the lyrics because there's a big emphasis on lyrics in these Italian songs. Ooh, okay. Nice to see Italy showing support for Ukraine. It's got an epic feel to it, a little bit like a movie, like a music from a film. Kind of nice to see this music right now where we're seeing the perspective, like kind of focusing in on one couple. I have to admit, musically, I don't think it's the type of thing I would listen to. It's very easy listening, it's chill. Yeah, it's got a steadiness to its construction, it's got an easy flow. It's not something that massively excites me, I gotta be honest. I'm enjoying the music video though, I thought it's very thoughtful. Yeah, it does feel like the song is growing a little bit. Where did this come in the rankings? I think it was 5th or 6th. 5th. I don't know if this would do well at Eurovision. I feel like it's probably the most similar to Francesca Michelin, and that came 16th. I think this would do worse than that. Yeah, and it does have pleasant elements to it. I just don't know how that like steady flow type of song will do in Eurovision, where impact is quite important. Okay, and I like the video as well. I like that. I thought that was a very thoughtful music video. That's an okay start. Let's go now to Rosa Chemical, saying made in Italy. Ooh, and the music video looks unusual. So let's see. Rosa Chemical, wanna know my secret bang? Let's find out about Rosa Chemical quickly. Is it a... Oh, it's an Italian rapper. Okay, I like the music video and it looks like it's really interesting. Is the song has got an English title, which is interesting as well. Ooh. Oh, I love his styling. Really cool, like androgynous, arty clown, or MC. And I like his rap style as well. He's kind of like half singing, half rapping. Yeah, ooh, I really like this. This has got, this is more interesting, I feel. It's got a bit of more pulse. God, I'm thinking if Italy ever sent anything like this, that's a bit more whimsical. Their entries do tend to be quite serious. Apart from Francesco Gabbani, I know someone's going to point that out. That wasn't serious, but everything else is serious. Oh, that's oh, I thought that was Naomi Smalls. Yeah, I really like the visuals. They look expensive. They look fun. Like he's not taking himself too seriously. Good mixing up as well. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Again, he's getting spanked by a wooden spoon. It is quite frustrating. I can't understand this, and they haven't put translation captions on, unfortunately. Now, I'm enjoying sitting through it. It's lacking like a real massive hook that makes me want to download it. But the visuals are brilliant. It's so good. Okay, that bit with the curtain opening is fantastic. Yeah, this has got so much humor in it. I think it's good when a song, you hear a song in a foreign language and it makes you want to look up the lyrics. I think that's definitely a win. He's made in Italy. I actually almost didn't understand the start because his accent's quite strong. Yeah, really, really enjoyed that. That was great. Good to have a mix-up as well. I did see some of the songs for the first time. I thought it was very serious. Sanremo is not a national final, but other countries with their national finals, they tend to split, like if they have 4 ballots, they'll put 2 in one semi and 1 in the other. I know Sanremo was not a national final, so that's why they don't do that. But yeah, I feel like because it's not national final, it's more like a celebration of culture and all different facets of culture. They go for more maybe like a theme in the night. Like this is like the death night where all the songs are quite drab, and then they'll have like a funner night where all the songs are more exciting. Let's go to Ultimo with Alba. Alba usually means Scotland. I don't know if it means Scotland in Italian though. I remember Ultimo. I remember he was the favorite to win in the year that Mahmoud won. I didn't like his song last time. I remember he was on a piano, but hopefully I like this one. One number secret pack. What if, what is his actual name? Oh, Nicolo. Ooh, okay, pretty forest scene. There's him with his piano in the nip. Playing your piano in the nip in the forest, as always. Okay, it is that... Yeah, it's that spoken word that I kind of associate with these Italian male ballads. I think it's only the men who do it, is it? I very much associate this spoken word intro with Italy. Okay, again, I don't know what's going on lyrically, but let's see. Has he got any lyrics? Yeah, but they're in Italian. Okay, okay, guessing some sort of like song about life in general. I need to look up Alba. Let me look up Alba quickly while the song's still going. Oh, sunrise. That's interesting. Alba also means Scotland in Latin, so that's strange. It also means sunrise. Yeah, there's pretty elements to this is definitely. Again, I feel like it feels like it's in that same vein as the last time I saw him enter, where it was like a pretty piano song that just didn't massively excite me. I feel like he's possibly building though. It does seem quite restrained still. Okay, yeah, we're going a little bit. I felt that was a little bit necessary. I was getting a little bit... Ooh, we're getting some galaxy images. I don't get the relevance of him being topless. Yeah, he's building up the intensity. I like these interspersals of these kind of like space imagery. Okay, yeah, building up the intensity. It's got that kind of epic movie feel. It's still not doing anything for me. Again, maybe it's just the lyrics. I need to know what he's talking about. On the same side though, Italy never translate their songs for Eurovision, so it will be in Italian if it went, and I'm in the same position that someone sitting at home, they're just not going to know what's going on. Unless they put a translation of the lyrics like Irma Meta did. Yeah, fine. Like, I kind of enjoyed it. I thought it had like a good intensity to it. You know, I like that it started off slower and more calm and built up into something. Anyway, he was in second place, so there's a possibility that he'll go. I don't know, I don't think that would do particularly anything massive at Eurovision. I do find the rankings a little bit confusing because I remember when Mahmoud won, he was like 9th or 10th in the odds, because I remember hearing Soldi be like, oh my god, I love this song, what are the chances it will win, and looking up and seeing it was 9th or 10th and being really disappointed, and then finding out the next day that it won and being like really confused, like how did a song so low down in the odds. So I do feel like that's more possible in Sanremo as opposed to other competitions. But yeah, he's currently 3rd. Okay, let's go to something different. Let's go to Madame saying Il bene ne male. Okay, Madame, wanna know my secret bang? Ooh, I should look up what that means. The good or the bad, I think? Or neither the good nor the bad? Okay, nice starting. Ooh, nice mix up. Beautifully shot music video as well. That beginning's really grabbed my attention. Oh, it's unusual. It's got like a kind of that electronic feel, but it's like electronic minimalism, like very neat electronic elements. I wonder what's going on in the music video now. What their relationship is. It's very intriguing visuals. She looks very artistic. I think that she would give us something very interesting in Eurovision. It doesn't look like she's afraid to take a risk at all. Musically, yeah, it's enjoyable so far. I do hope that there's a kind of bit more highs and lows. But it sounds very different to me, like from what I like typically expect from Sanremo. So I like that it's kind of a little bit surprising for me. And the music video is simple, but it's very, it's confusing, but it's in a like entertaining way. I'm sure if I understood the lyrics it would make sense. Has she got English lyrics? No, she's got no lyrics. I think this would be kind of nice for Italy to send me something a little bit different. They haven't sent a girl in a while either, have they? Since Francesca Michelin. Have they sent a girl? I don't think so. And they had Nina Zilli as well, but that was 2011, I think. And Emma, but Emma was 2012, I think. Yeah, it's possibly a tiny bit too flat from what I was hoping for, but I'm still enjoying it. Oh, they're lovers, okay. God, Italy's really come along in, oh wait, she's a prostitute. Ooh, oh, I really want to know what's going on. So they start as she was a prostitute, but then they started having a relationship. Oh, putana, whore. Again, I kind of like that Italy's feel like opening up a lot more. My image, I went back to Italy a while ago and I remember there were like no gay clubs in Rome or anything. So it's nice to see this like kind of exposure to gay relationships being like at a big show and doing well as well. Cool, that's really cool. I know that obviously Italy has a huge influence on the church. Oh my God, I'm getting too political. This is going to destroy me. Okay, yeah, really enjoyed that. Again, it was lacking. There's a smoothness to the production of the Italian songs. There's like a steadiness that for me, I want just a little bit more like, ooh, wow, ooh, like I'm on a boat in a stormy sea. Whereas I feel like the Italian songs are more like sitting on a calm lake. So, but still relatively enjoyable. I think for Eurovision, I think so far, Rosa Chemical would be the best one because he like really strongly, like I liked Madame as well. Okay. Let's go next to Mr. Rain, Supereroi. I remember looking this up, it means superhero. One number secret bang. Ooh! Oh, he's got English lyrics. Ooh, exciting. Okay, so I can understand what he's talking about. Ooh, okay, it's so nice having lyrics. My God, thank you, Mr. Rain. We are angels with only one wing. Oh, and we'll only be able to fly by standing next to each other. That's lovely. See, it does make a difference in just standing the lyrics. Okay, so there's Mr. Rain. He looks sleepy. There's a nice melody in the chorus there. So these visuals are very beautiful as well. Not entirely sure what's going on, getting kind of like end of the world feel. I'm mostly looking at the bottom of the screen because I want to read the lyrics. He's got kind of like a slightly rap style. I don't know if he considers himself a rapper, does he? Let's look up quickly. Yeah, he does consider himself a rapper. Cool, getting some interesting celestial images now. Yeah, it's got like a slight like soft anthemic feel. It's not like a very obnoxiously anthemic. It's kind of a bit more subtle, but it does have that kind of like nice like let's come together. And yeah, that little extra melody in the chorus is doing a lot of work. Every scar of yours is also mine. Yeah, this is the thing I really miss out is there's some very lovely lyrics. On the flip side, because Italy never translate, those lyrics are often lost. Yeah, some weird stuff going on in the music video. Look at all these people going to heaven, possibly. They definitely have very expensive looking music videos. Like, none of these music videos look cheap at all. Even when they're simple, just in one room, it looks expensive. The lighting is very like luxurious or... Yeah, again, it's more of a chill song. I feel like this has got more of an interesting chorus than Ultimo had. A little bit more something for me to grab onto. Now, unfortunately, when I upload the video, you won't be able to see this lyrics, so... Yeah, look, I enjoyed that. I don't know how that would do in Eurovision. I wonder if that like kind of soft anthemic feel might like kind of cross boundaries and people would get it. Again, the biggest issue I think with like slower songs is how do you get the meaning across? Like, especially with something that's like something like Furore, people wouldn't have understood the lyrics, but you can kind of understand the anguish from when he's saying, when he's kind of like screaming, when he's shouting Furore. So that didn't need it. So I do feel like if you are going to sound like a more ballady song, the way it's sung or the melody kind of needs to portray the meaning of it. Yeah, Irma went for a bit. So in 2018 when they went, they used subtitles that actually had like words popping up on the screen, which, you know, does look a little bit lyric video, but at the same time there's no way that anyone would have understood what the song was without those. So I do think that's one hurdle that Italy has to traverse every year, is because they keep the song in Italian, they need to look at, okay, are people going to get the vibe of what this is about? They don't have to understand every single lyric, but they do have to get like a rough idea, particularly if it's a song like that which has got like a slow steady pace. People need to know approximately what it's about to kind of get into it a little bit. And that can be done by the staging or it can be done by the subtitles, but they do need to think of something, as opposed to someone like Rosa Chemical. Song's called Made in Italy, so the title's already in English, plus visually he's going to be doing so much, people won't really care that much about the lyrics to the same extent. In any case, I can see myself downloading that. Anyway, we're doing pretty well, let's move on. Let's go to Colapesce and Dimartino. Now, they need no introduction. I absolutely loved Musica Leggerissima. Really fantastic song. I downloaded that, I listened to it a ton. The music video was gorgeous, really beautiful. It got blocked, so I'm expecting this music video to get blocked. So I will watch the music video and I will describe it, but it will probably get blocked. And I like the title Splash. That's a little bit unusual. And I'm expecting an amazing music video now. I think they're going to give it to me. One and I'm a secret bang. Oh, is that Arthur? Arthur's sword? Oh, I love it. I know this is going to be a good music video. Okay, so we've got a guy who's left home. I'm sure that's an Italian celebrity I don't recognize. Okay, musically it's a lovely starting so far. It's quite different from Musica Leggerissima. Ooh. Oh, I love that retro sound. They've got a great sense of humor. They've got humor, very beautiful humor. Because it's like those stunning tableaus with a humor to feel to them. Really lovely vocal as well. I feel like it's just loads of photographs. That's their style artistically. Yeah, lovely 70s feel. Lesbian nuns. Wow, Italy really has come a long way. Yeah, I think they're really cool. I just think they're really cool. They're like kind of badass cool. Jesus, as a carpenter, brilliant. I would love to see what their Eurovision show would be. It would be so fun and entertaining. This video, it's such a shame because I bet this music video is going to get cut, so I won't be able to show it here. Oh, he's got married already. Absolutely. I love their style of music. It really reminds me of Musica Leggerissima. This kind of like very deadpan, cool, Very expensive visuals. Like, this looks really like fashiony. The child begging for forgiveness from Santa. Brilliant. It's just fantastic. It's such a feast for the eyes. I really love their... The music is nice as well. I'm not enjoying that. The visuals are definitely like exceptional. So it does kind of take more of my attention. This is just fantastic. I love Jesus made a replica of himself. Santa burning all the children's letters. Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I just think I really enjoy their styling, everything. Splash. Oh, I love that at the end. Okay. I thought that was brilliant. And the knife came down at the end. I think that's just absolutely fantastic. I love it. I'm so annoyed now because I know this music video is going to get blocked. I'll try and cover it. Hopefully I was able to cover it up so you could see some of it. God, I just love their ideas. I think it shows off a type of like suave, cool, really artistic. For me, it feels really, really Italian, but it shows off kind of like a more humor side. It's still got the fashion and the like beautiful, crisp. They all look like moving photographs, like these really... Scenery has been like really meticulously designed, like the toaster has been put in one place and like the curtains have been like very specifically chosen. Everything is like very precise and with tons and tons of thought put into it, and then it's like a moving image for 3 seconds. I really love it. I almost want to go through the whole music video on pause. Musically, I don't massively remember what happened. I think it was pretty good. I loved the splash at the end. I thought that was kind of like humor as well. But the song's called Splash, and as an English speaker, I was expecting them to say splash, 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 and they didn't say it right until the end. So I really, really like it. I really want them to go to Eurovision at some point because I think that it would really represent Italy in a positive and different way. Kind of this more like, yeah, there's like laid back fashion humor. So I do hope they win at some point. I don't know if that'll win. I would love it if it did. I think it would be such a fun representation. They're 7th in the odds right now. I know last time there was a bit of controversy because with Musica, they had like a roller skater on the stage and that didn't go down very well. And people thought maybe the staging was lazy or something or a bit too casual. I would love it if they won. Okay, who have we got left? Let's go to, we might as well go to Marco Mengoni right now. This is another music video that I would expect to get taken down, so I will describe it, but unfortunately I might be describing a non-moving box. Yeah, Marco, obviously you remember Marco from 2013 where he came 7th, I think. 8th with the jury and 10th with the public vote. So I was surprised he came so low with the jury. 8th with the jury is strange because that seems like such a jury bait song. I would have thought that would almost be, I wouldn't be surprised if that had won the jury because it's a type of song that juries tend to go for. And televote as well, though he came 10th. That's interesting because I didn't really connect much with L'Essenziale, which I find really hard to pronounce for some reason. And he had a good running order as well. He was towards the end. Yeah, I didn't connect with that. I downloaded it. I only listened to it a couple of times. I just found it was a little bit too low energy for me. I hope I'm getting something different today, but I think it's going to be very much in the same vein, in that like much slower pace. One and number secret bank. Good to have a music video. Has he given me English lyrics? No lyrics. Okay, that's a shame. So that's the same spoken word I was saying with Ultimo that I really associate with Italy. Okay, so intense starting. Black and white. He's well styled on the beach. Vita is 2 lives, I think. Obviously, I don't know what he's singing about though. Okay, we're building intensity. So it definitely feels like it's more interesting than L'Essenziale was. It feels like it's got more in the melody. Okay, chorus. Ooh, there's some pretty elements that kind of sound a little bit spacey. Yeah, it's nice enough. I'm not hearing anything super wow, but it's definitely not like very flash. I do hope he grows now from after this first chorus. Okay, luckily for me, not too much has happened in the music video, so if it does get blocked, it won't be too much. He's basically just walking around the beach, looking like an extra from Game of Thrones. Okay, not a massive amount of growth going into the second verse. I'm with him. I think it's pretty. It's not massively what I'm into, so there's a slight disconnect for me. Okay, let's give him second chorus. Something about the last song on the moon. Something about when the music arrives. Yeah, I don't get what he's singing about. Yeah, I definitely think I'd prefer more over at L'Essenziale. It's got more of a undulation in it and just a bit more power. L'Essenziale was meant to be soft. This has got a bit more turmoil in it. Okay, it's building up the intensity now. I think that'll work well with the juries. Ooh, I do like those bigger notes at the end. He's got good intensity when he performs as well. It's very believable that he's buying in, that he believes what he's singing. Yeah, it's very elegant. It's got pretty elements to it. I think for me, yeah, I just don't think I'm the target market for it. But you know, he's obviously super successful. He won X Factor. I think he won their 3rd season of X Factor. He obviously has already won Sanremo. I presume he won in 2013 because it's not always the winner who goes. I wonder would he go again though, even if he did win. Now he's the heavy favourite. Now, like I said, that has happened before. We've had heavy favourites and they haven't won. I think it was Irma Meta was like a big favourite in the year that Måneskin won, and Måneskin were like 8th or 9th in the odds and they went and won. So it has happened before that the big favourite's been usurped. No, so he did win in 2013 and he went. So I wonder would he go again? I wonder would he want that experience again, or would he feel like the exposure is worth it because he's already pretty successful in Italy? Does he want that more international recognition or not? I feel like that would do better than L'Essenziale. It had more drama, it had more possibilities for more epic staging. At this point in time, I don't feel like it's something I'd want to download, but it was like pretty easy to sit through. I think he's a very competent performer. But yeah, as a song for me, there are other songs I would prefer that went. But yeah, we have had it before where someone's won and they've refused. I can't remember the name of them, but yeah, 2016, it was like an older male rock group and they won, and they were on tour or something. I think they just didn't want to go. And so they said that they're on tour just to be polite. And Francesca Michelin went instead. And I really like that song, her with her apple. All right, let's go to my wild card. So my wild card is Paola and Chiara. And the reason I chose them is because when I was a teenager, I loved Vamos a Bailar. Amazing summer pop song that didn't have a very good climax. I wanted more like ad-libs and crescendo towards the end. That was always my regret. I've literally just listened to that song around 300 times. But it always leaves me unfulfilled that it didn't end properly. Hopefully they'll end this better. Wanna know my secret bag? They're off to the club. So we're getting something upbeat. Furore, does that mean noise? Oh, I need to look these words up before I start the video. Fury. I should have guessed that. Ooh, they're looking pretty good. There's a hottie on the dance floor. Ooh, getting some disco. Almost looks like Melody Festival in styling. Ooh. Ooh, nice. Yeah, disco beat, lovely. Nice mix up as well for Sanremo. So just them in a club with some hotties. And I'm sorry, that guy on the drum looks so much like Damiano from Måneskin. That's twice now I thought it was him. Yeah, it's fun. It's got a fun disco vibe. I think the melody isn't there in the chorus. It is a Melody Festival, but Melody Festival versions of this type of song sound much cheaper. This sounds a bit more finely produced with the violins and like cleaner production. So I think like Melody Festival and songwriters are kind of like crying right now. Damn, they look great. Because that song was like 20 years ago, and they must have been 20 at the time. They're doing great, yeah. I want to buy their workout video. Why not just smash up a disco ball? Nice breakup. I feel like the producers Sanremo were probably pretty happy they submitted this song because God, there's a lot of gay kissing this year. Is this our 3rd gay kissing song? Ooh, key change. Yes. Okay, these are the ad-libs that I wanted in Vamos a Bailar. Oh, is that it? Just one ad-lib? I think this is going to be huge in the Italian gay clubs. I think they're going to freaking love this. Drama, love it. Yeah, really great. I really like that. and such a fresh addition. And it's 3 minutes. Maybe they've got Eurovision in mind. I think that would go down very well in the community, actually, if that won. People would enjoy that. Look, it's not a super wide disco song, but it's just fun in its nature. And I think people would really, really like that if it was chosen. Okay, where are they in the odds? 14th. It would very much require a situation where someone else won. I wonder what happens now if someone else wins. Does first refusal go to second, or can Sanremo pick whoever they want? I don't know what the system is. You would guess they would pick second place, but maybe they chose Francesca because she just seemed like someone who would be really good to go and she was up for it. I'm pretty sure they all signed disclosures before Sanremo saying whether or not they would go. Because I remember there was a lot of, I think it was last year, a lot of people were saying whether or not they had signed, and like people were saying, yes, I have signed the Eurovision disclaimer, and other people were saying they hadn't. Anyway, look, I'm really enjoying this so far. I think this is a good mix. I have to admit now, when I saw the first night Sanremo, I was a bit disappointed, but now with the second night songs, it's good. And I definitely think that the slower songs come alive when they're interspersed with more upbeat songs. When you just get constant, like, slow, ballady songs, they just wash each other out and they just wash out your soul, and you just want to, like, go get some Xanax. So having them mixed in with the upbeat ones just brings them to life. We've got 2 songs left. Let's go to Lazza, and he sings Cenere. I'm going to look that up before because I do have no idea what Cenere means. Ooh, it means ash. I think it means both a tree and ashes as in from a fire. Okay, one another secret bang. This has been getting a lot of love on Twitter. Like, a lot of people like this. Oh, that sounds a little bit familiar. I think that's Lazza, is it? Ooh, I like that beginning. It does sound like he's using a vocoder, which I don't think you're allowed in Eurovision. It doesn't need the vocoder though, I think it'd still be effective without it. Yeah, it's a good starting, it's building a bit of tension. They just can't have non-expensive visuals, everything looks so expensive. Oh, but she's breaking her window? Okay. Ooh, that chorus is unusual. This voice in the background is a nice hook. It's like a woman's voice distorted. Yeah, that was interesting. I think that would grab people's attention at Eurovision. His rapping's good as well, it's enjoyable. It sounds... It's a little bit singy, it's not like a pure talking rap. I still am not sure what's going on in this video, never mind. Does this one have lyrics? No lyrics for this one either, I'm afraid. Woo, okay, we got some expensive CGI going on now. Yeah, chorus again. Yeah, it's got like a slightly cheap sounding beat, but then it's got other production. I don't know where it's putting me in, like 90s as well. I'm enjoying it though, the whole thing, everything together, all these weird elements together mix. Yeah, I'm enjoying this, I think it's good. I'm very curious how this would do Eurovision. I think it would really stand out. It's very different. It's like slightly electronic rap song. Yeah, that vocoder, it's reminding me a little bit of Bad Bunny. He likes his vocoder as well. I don't think the song would suffer if the vocoder was gone though. Yeah, it's just different. I'm finding it hard to compare to other things because it just seems like quite unique sounding. A little bit unusual. And I like that the woman now is getting more intense as well. She's matching him in intensity in the build-up. Yeah, really, really unusual. Kind of catching me off guard a bit. You know, one of my favorite songs ever from Sanremo is Eden by Rancor. Is his name Rancore? So that was one of my favorite songs. It's probably like my top 3 Sanremo songs ever. I absolutely love that song. Oh my God. It almost felt like slightly similar to that, but I thought Eden was a much, much better song than that because Eden had this like amazing intensity at the end, and the piano at the end was just fantastic as well. But that felt like a similar kind of genre to it. So yeah, I enjoyed Cenere. I thought that was good. I think that would be really interesting for Italy to send. Again, it portrays Italy in a kind of new light. It's a new facet of their music scene, which we haven't seen before. So that would definitely be interesting. Is that in with a shot? Where is he in the rankings? He is, oh, he's 4th. So he's actually got a potential now. I think that would be a good choice for them. I think it would be really kind of fresh and different and new. I don't think it would win for them, but definitely, you know, with Italy, we're kind of almost expecting them to be top 10 every year. And I do feel like that would be top 10. Let's go to my last song, and that is Elodie singing Due. Now she's 9th in the rankings right now, which is quite low. I'm a little disappointed with that. I'm a massive fan of Andromeda. I obviously know her from that, which was written by Dardust and Mahmood. And I was so disappointed that did so badly this year. Apparently there was some controversy where she was critical of the press or something, so they voted her down, or I don't know. I thought that song should have done much higher. I think it came 7th. I felt it should have been much, much, much higher up. There definitely seems to be this thing in Sanremo where girls don't do as well. I don't know if that's just me, my incorrect perception. No, Deodato, Mahmood, Urmametto, Fabrizio, Francesco, Stadio. Stadio was the group that dropped out for Francesca Michelin. Ivolo, Arisa. So 2014, Arisa. And she didn't go. Yeah, so I'm not sure what happened. Actually, if you know, please educate me what happened in 2014. Arisa won. That was the last girl that won, and Emma was the internally selected instead. In any case, that's the last time we had a female winner. That is a long time. So girls on their own, I just don't think, it doesn't seem like there's enough in the top 3, but that just might be me. Look, again, I'm not saying I'm an expert in Sanremo. One number secret bang. Ooh, I like that opening, those opening bars. I love her voice, it's so buttery. And she's absolutely stunning. I saw a photo of her performing and her eye makeup, oh, she's gorgeous. Okay, we're getting another one of these songs with like little vignettes of people from all over Italy. Oh, there's Elodie. Yeah, it's an unusual song. Oh, lovely. Yeah. God, she's brilliant. I really like her. She's got this like Riviera feel to her. I felt like Andromeda as well had that like real classy Monaco, Monte Carlo upbeat feel, and this is in the same vein. Feels like it's from the same album, but just like obviously less 70s. I like as well she's got like her representation of Italy seems more diverse than like Ultimo's, who was all like, yeah, Elodie's representative of Italy feels more expansive. Great to see so many LGBTQ plus imagery this year. Seeing that Italy really is kind of progressing. Yeah, this has got a lovely, smooth, I think that's the main word I use for it. It's real smoothness to it. It sounds classy, expensive. I think she's lovely. Yeah, I would definitely download this. I don't think it's got that like punch you in the face impact. Oh God, I think she'd represent them really well though. I'd love to see a girl represent Italy again. She's got it theatrically. I feel like she's very confident on stage as well. I never feel like she's nervous. Yeah, God, it's such a really lovely chorus. It feels like it's got levels. It feels like there's a story in the chorus. She's fantastic. God, I'm so gushing about her. I think she's such a great representative for Italy though. I just love all these little vignettes as well. They're really, again, it's, yeah, fantastic. Really, really enjoyed that. I'm really, really happy with it. I think they've got a lot of really good potential songs there. Okay, let's go through those 9. So again, that was the top 9 after the day 3 rankings plus my wild card. First of all, let's talk about Marco Mengoni because he's the big favorite. Look, I think this would do better than L'Essenziale did, but I think the competition has improved a lot since 2013. So he came 7th in 2013. If he'd sent this to 2013, he would have done much better. He would have probably been top 5, top 3. But Eurovision has improved so much since then. Even though this song's better, I don't think it would do better than 7th because the standard's higher this year. And I think we're going to be getting a lot of unusual songs, very innovative songs in the top this year. You know, Czechia's definitely got a chance to be top 10. Finland, if they choose Cha Cha Cha. You know, we may have a rock song from Estonia in Venom, a pop rock song. So there's definitely going to be like a spot for a pop ballad to come in, this Italian pop ballad. So yeah, it could actually do pretty well if he's the kind of like sanest person in a bunch of like quite eccentric entries near the top. That could really help him stand out. I don't know if he'd want to go again. I don't know if that's something like he feels like he's done. We know that Mahmood went twice, but you know, the second time he went with someone else, so maybe he felt it was a different experience. Plus, Mahmoud was going to Eurovision in Italy, so it was kind of like, okay, this is quite convenient. I'll just walk out my front door and be there. So, you know, doing Eurovision in your home country is a little bit more special. So yeah, I'd be interested to see, would he consider it? I would imagine so. It's not that difficult to do. It's only kind of like a couple of nights. I definitely hope that if he does go, he rehearses a little bit more than Mahmoud and Blanco did. I felt that they were very under-rehearsed. Other than that, I enjoyed Mr. Rain. I really liked the meaning of the song, had kind of like an anthemic feel. Again, he's going to have to work on getting that meaning across. I had the subtitles in the music video, but they won't have that on the stage. My people I want to go now. Let's talk about less about the favourites and more who I want to go. I would love Colapesce and Dimartino. I think that would be so much fun. They're really vibrant. I think they shove this kind of like deadpan Italian humor, but with this like dressed really well with these beautiful crisp images. Everything looks really expensive and thought out, like this beautiful painting. I think they would just bring so much humor and fun and be something different for Italy. We did have humor with Francesco Gabbani, but I think this is a different style and it's still got that real chill, cool feel, but with the humor. I think it's a great match. I would love Elodie as well. I think she's fantastic. I don't like the song as much as I did Andromeda, but it's definitely like more classy and I think more elevated than Andromeda was. And I think it would represent Italy in a really, really positive way. I think quite a lot of those songs would justifiably be competing for top 10. I don't hear anything that I think could win at this point, but obviously we still have quite a lot of songs left to discover, and who wins is often dependent on who's around you as well. If you are in a year of ballads and you're an upbeat, funny bop, you're gonna stand out, and vice versa. I thought Rosa Chemical would be a good choice as well. They've got lots of good choices here. Cenere from Lazza, that would be really different and unusual. That would actually fit in with this year, which feels like more innovative music is coming to the forefront. Tananai, I don't see that being successful or doing well. And Ultimo, I don't think that he translates as much outside Italy. I think a lot of it is maybe hype. That's just my perception again. Disagree with me if you want, but that's how I feel with it. I hope they choose Colapesce and Dimartino or Elodie. Those would be the two that I would like the most. Okay, lots of really, really exciting songs. Who do you think is going to win Sanremo? If you're an Italian, please give me the inside scoop on who is going to win, because the odds are not always reliable. Plus, who do you think would be the best to represent Italy in Eurovision? Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and thanks so much for watching. See you in another Eurovision reaction video very soon. Goodbye.